ADT has been a great experience of just a lot of the things that the Lord's been just revealing to me through the years, and the message of grace, and really what it means to live from a life in Christ. And so ADT really helped me find some really deeper articulation of what God had been speaking into my life in such a way that it's strengthened me, given me some tremendous tools. I know what's inside of me and what God's done in me in the process, but to be able to articulate that to other people is often very difficult. So ADT is just been a great process of learning how to really communicate what's in our heart. Well, I think the incredible thing about the ADT process is that you are being trained and given opportunities to learn ways to share and help other people. But often we come to that to be trained, but the process is such an intimate work of the Lord in our lives through the process. Every month, every topic, every subject, even the notes and the structured outlines all pull out and affirm and really give meaning to so many things that the Lord's He's put in us, and the process draws that out in such a way that you just grow in your intimate relationship with Christ. At the same time, you're being equipped to help others. Just an incredible opportunity. The last session of ADT, when we got to the subject of judgment, was a very powerful piece to me, because to take the truths of this message, we can still operate out of our own judgment of what is right and what is wrong, and even impose that on other people. It was a realization for me that still very often I'm challenged to not go into my own judgment. So many things that I've judged that were God, and those things that were not, that now I've found that probably the majority of those things I didn't think He was in were the very things that He would bring me to experience an intimate relationship with Him. One of the most powerful pieces to me is just the simple biblical picture of man. To be able to understand the spirit, soul, and body, and how sin has affected that created man, and to begin to understand, distinguish between the flesh and the spirit, the knowledge of good and evil. And I thought that was life. And so it is a performance-based system. So for my identity in terms of who I am, my true self is who God created me to be. So even in the righteousness of Christ now, that I understand the difference between that and what often my flesh tells me or is communicated to me about my true self.